This is AM 1170, The Answer.
Welcome back. Bringing us back in. This is Jason All with Team Home Loans here on Whissel Wednesday with Kyle Whissel and Bryan in studio. We were just talking about the top 5 reasons why you should sell your home this fall. So, let's see if I got the right number here. Mr. Whissel, number 1, why would you want to sell your home this fall? Because if prices are going up, people think, hey, I'll just keep holding and they'll keep going up forever, right, Kyle?
That is true. Prices are going up. But what we're seeing right now is a huge opportunity to move up into a larger home because, as we've been talking about all year, everything is positive right now. There's a lack of homes for sale. There's a surplus of buyers in the market, which is driving values up. So it's an amazing opportunity right now to make that move up into that larger home. Now, if you know values are going to go up, do you want to be holding on to the current $500,000 home? Or do you want to be holding on to the current $1 million home? If you know values are going to go up 10% in the next year, let's say, if you hold that $500,000 home, it's going up $50,000 in value. Right. Whereas if you hold that $1 million home, it's going up $100,000. So which one do you want to own?
I like to own 2 $500,000 houses, Kyle. That's what I like to know.
Okay. Well, you could do
I'll take either. If you want to drop either one for me, I'll take either.
You take
either. Yeah, I mean, number one, the biggest thing, though, is demand is really, really strong right now because you've got 2 different buyers buying right now. You've got first-time buyers who are getting into the market, and you've got move-up buyers that are, selling their current home and moving up to a bigger home right now as well. So you've got twice as many buyers as you have in the market now than you had years ago. And so we're seeing a huge shortage of inventory as a
shortage of inventory, high demand.
And I think we're also getting a lot more education out there. I bought last year with Kyle and Jason to do my loan, and I was surprised at how much I can afford and how little it was going to cost me. So I think the more and more people get educated, the more realistic they can get about what they can buy.
Right. And we're getting away from that crash. A lot of people are gun shy after, either seeing a family, friend, or themselves lose money during the crazy, crazy crash we had.
Definitely. So number 2 on the list is there's less competition. So we already have a shortage of inventory as we're coming out of the summer selling season. Now we hit the fall season. There's a lot less people putting their home on the market this time of year.
Because people don't like to move during the holidays.
Yeah, people are like, because if you go on the market right now, let's say it takes a month or so to get an offer, then you got a month or 2 of escrow. I mean, you're moving during the holidays for the most part. Right, so there's a lot of other sellers that are like, you know what, I'm just going to wait until the new year, which makes it a perfect opportunity for you if you're thinking about putting your home on the market to capitalize on the fact that you've got less competition. And the beautiful thing, again, is because inventory is so low, there's a lot of buyers who tried to buy this summer that weren't able to get a home, and they're still in the market. They're still looking. So now you get to come in. You're one of the only shows in town. Buyers have nowhere else to go but your home. And we just had one of our best weeks ever at Whissel Realty where we put 4 homes on the market on a Thursday, all 4 in escrow, multiple offers by Monday.
Before I can even start on the videos.
And there were some cash offers, right?
Cash offers, just amazing, amazing opportunities out there. So, people that say, oh, school's back in session, the market's slow. That's not the case. That is definitely not the case.
All right, number 3.
More active than ever. Other things is the process is getting a lot quicker. So, a year ago when the government came out with this whole new TRID guidelines, that's an acronym for an acronym. They came out with these crazy guidelines.
Know before you owe type of thing.
Yeah, things slowed down a lot. I mean, we were looking at 60-day escrows was kind of the norm. I know Travis in your office right now, he's doing a VA loan for somebody. I mean, he went from in escrow to clear to close in less than 2 weeks. I mean, it's amazing that, a team like yours over at Team Home Loans, you guys have really got things dialed in to where you can get a loan done for a buyer in a month or less sometimes, assuming, of course, that the buyer's got their ducks in a row and I's dotted, T's crossed.
That's the key, right? That's the key. To have your ducks in a row, be properly pre-approved, truly give somebody all your documentation. Just going online and putting in, I make $100,000 a year, I got $100,000 down, is not pre-approval. Right? It's actually running credit, providing tax returns, getting income documentation, getting asset documentation, having a full underwriter pre-approved so that when you do get an offer accepted, you can move quick. Because if not, you're really starting the process in the beginning. And I think that's where so many buyers are led astray by the, push this button, get mortgage ideal.
Well, and again, a quick testimonial for Jason. I mean, I went through it, and he said, what do you want to pay? And I told him exactly what I wanted to pay, and he showed me what we can afford, made sure I was approved for it. And the nice thing was he wasn't saying, yeah, but you can be approved for this if you wanted to pay more. He really didn't push me through it, and so it was really nice to go, look, I know exactly what I can afford, and that's exactly what we looked for.
What else we got on the list, Kyle?
Number 4, interest rates are at or near historic lows.
They are still super low, still super good time. A lot of unknown stuff, not only with our presidential election, which we really haven't talked about, Trump and Clinton. I know we're running out of time, which is like the first show we probably haven't talked about in a while. But it's the world economy. There's negative rates other parts of the world, and that is driving rates low and keeping low rates right here in the States.
So that is helping to fuel the demand for buyers right now. So again, there's just so many different things that are happening in the market right now that's just driving buyers into homes. And number 5 is quit putting things off. Just pull the trigger and just go for it. There's way too many people out there right now that are getting ready to get ready. And, we've been thinking about making a move. And then it hangs over your head. It adds a lot of extra weight on your shoulders. It stresses you out. It stresses your family out. If you're thinking about putting your home on the market, making a move, reach out to us, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. No pressure, no obligation. Just talk to us, and we can help you walk through and look at all of those different options that you have. We got a lot of sellers that are debating, do I sell my current home and buy a new one? Do I hold on to it and rent it out and then buy the new one? And we have some sellers right now that are just selling and they're going to go rent something for a little while. They just want to cash in on their equity. And that all starts with just an initial consultation and really finding out what your current home is worth. And then you can make a more educated decision. Don't rely on websites like Zillow and Trulia and some of these Redfin sites. I mean, the owner of Zillow recently sold his house for like 40% less than what his own website said his house was worth. So if that gives you any
couldn't change that algorithm for a minute.
Couldn't even change the algorithm on his own freaking house.
Just one property.
And then
but the nice thing is he's making a lot of money.
And then he went and bought one for like $2 million above the Zestimate. So it's like he sold for below the Zestimate and bought above the Zestimate, which just shows you how accurate Zillow's Zestimates are.
And they've been pretty clear of saying, look, this is a base, really basic.
Generic number.
And they're pretty clear about it not being the exact price that it'll sell for.
It's not an expert's opinion, and that's what you get with a true real estate team like Whissel Realty.
Some people think it is true.
Even
they say, look, it's an estimate.
So the one thing I see you guys doing a lot, Kyle's, right now is a lot of contingent offers. You're working with a lot of sellers who you're representing. They've got their home in escrow. You're contingently wanting to say, hey, you're telling that buyer, look, if this seller finds a home, we're going to sell to you, and then you're out looking for that seller, your seller as now a buyer.
Yeah, so one of the big concerns people have right now is, well, I'm scared to put my home on the market because I don't know where I'm going to move yet. And that's a completely understandable concern. If that's you, I totally understand where you're coming from. One of the great things we can do is build a contingency into the deal where we list your home, and when a buyer comes in, we say, great, Mr. Buyer, we'll accept your offer, but it's contingent upon us finding a new home within X amount of days. The customary time is 17 days. I've seen that go as long as 90 days. I've seen it go as short as, a week. So that can totally be played with, but we can build in that contingency for you so that, yes, I'm accepting your offer, but if I don't find something that I'm happy with, I don't have to do the deal with you. So you really are safeguarding yourself against being homeless. That's the last thing we want. We want to make sure at the end of the day, no matter how much we sell your home for, no matter how much you pay for the new home, we want to make sure you're in a home that you love and that's the right home for your family. And at the end of the day, that's what's most important to us. So again, if you want to reach out, connect with us here on the show. You've got questions about loans, about real estate, about pest inspections, or flying small, unmanned aircraft systems.
Yep.
Give us a call. Shoot us a text, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. Thank you so much for listeing to Whissel Wednesdays.
Go Chargers, go!
We need it, man. Starting the season.
10-6, huh, Jason?
I'm trying.
Good luck.
Can you blow my whistle, baby, let me know. Girl, I'm gonna show you how to